Hey guys, this is Mando Merc of Cast in the Shadows, and welcome to Day 9 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Cam should be joining me shortly, and we were having trouble getting into the servers again today. Which is why we started a bit late. That plus I was uploading all the previous live streams to my personal channel so that they can be viewed on replay at, well, anytime. Because I unlisted them all from the main channel here. So we're just going to run over to the Expo. So today is the, I want to say it's the second to last day. It's not really, because there's going to be 13 days. But day 10 is going to be for 3 days. So it's going to be day 10 to 13. So really, it's just one. Like, whereas the other events really lasted for like a day or two. Like a full 24 hours they lasted for. Like, this is going to last for a full 36 hours or so. Or, a full something like 48, or sorry, not 36. It's going to last for a full 72 hours. So yeah. So day 10 is the best in the show, which will be the Cutlass Black, Anvil, Valkyrie, Anvil Carrick, and the Eclipse, the Aegis Eclipse. So we should be getting all the skins and everything for those ships. We didn't do a live stream for day 8. So if you want to check out we did do a video for day 8, or I did a video for day 8. It's a short little like 40-minute video just covering the entirety of the hall, of the Origin hall that they had, which is still there. We can go visit it later, but I just wanted to have a dedicated video to it. Yeah, so we didn't do a day 8 stream, but we're doing a day 9 stream. So the video is on my personal channel, Mando Merc. So, all right, so we're just gonna go to the Expo. I'm gonna set the camera party invite.
Next stop. The next step.
So today is Robert Space Industries, RSI. Looks like we got some guy welcoming the new people from the free fly in the chat, or in the game chat. I probably should be more specific when I say that, because there are like 3 different chats going on. I got the stream chat, which I guess will be known as the chat. We got the in-game chat, which we'll just call the global chat, because global chat. And I have the Discord chat. So the Origin stuff is still there from day 8, but it won't be there tomorrow. And I don't know if the RSI stuff will be here tomorrow either. It might just be exclusively to today, and then tomorrow will just be best of show. I have to check the schedule again.
mantis is one of nature's most adept predators. Its patience immeasurable, its focus indomitable. It waits silently for its prey. The adroit hunter positions itself for attack, identifying its unsuspecting target when it's most vulnerable. And then, steeled to the task at hand, the mantis strikes. Its prey never stood a chance. The mantis is one of nature's most adept predators. Its patience immeasurable. It waits silently for its prey.
So here we are, RSI. And I'll just read the whole thing here. So we got RSI, Robert Space Industries. Forging the way ahead. When humanity first took to the stars, it was Robert Space Industries who was there crafting the vehicles that took them there. Now, centuries later, RSI is still dedicated to finding the ways for the Empire to go further than anyone ever thought possible. The 2950 Perseus is no exception, with its bold, innovative design leading the charge for a whole new generation of starships. And I think the Perseus is down the stairs, so we'll just skip the Constellation series up here for a sec. Hey!
What's up?
Not much, I'm at the RSI convention hall right now.
Anything interesting?
It's not, I mean, no, not really. I mean, they have the rovers.
It's been pretty lackluster.
It's well, all they have are the constellations, and if the map is anything to go by, they have the auroras in another room. But
Now, I did hear that. So today is the last like showcase day.
yeah,
And then they go to Best in Show and that kind of stuff. I heard they're going to have a Armor and Weapons Day
ooh.
or
See,
something.
that's something I'm interested in. Not that I don't like ships. I think FPS and ground vehicles are just something that people are overlooking way too much in this game.
Yeah.
Found the
considering, among other things, you can
found
FPS
the
in ships.
Perseus holographic display model. That's really the only cool thing they have here. And I think the other room has a Polaris, if I listen to that board gamer. Yep. So I think I now finally decided on what I'm going to name our, or at least my, Polaris and Perseus if I ever get one.
I'm sorry,
So
say that
my
again?
my Perseus will be the arrowhead, and my Polaris will be the spearhead, because the Perseus is smaller. So.
Sure, but first you have to get enough money to buy them.
Right, and that's a problem in and of itself.
either
here, this is,
real life or in game.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Well, actually, in real life, yeah. In game, I've been making a lot of money. I actually just bought some attritions for my Cutlass. Yeah. Okay, so RSI Perseus, manufacturer RSI, focused gunship. When RSI set out to make the definitive modern statement in the persuasive prevention, they looked into their own past to the historic gunships designated Perseus. Capable of shredding sub-capital class Goliaths, the mere presence of a Perseus gunship is in a blockade or patrol squad is enough to make your most aggressive enemies think twice before engaging. Just like its vintage namesake. Okay. So, like, I mean, one of the concept art for this ship showed it, like, flying through a fresh wreck of a hammerhead, like implying it destroyed the hammerhead. Which is an impressive feat, I will say.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, how many ships do you know can actually, right now, can destroy a hammerhead?
It's pretty much just the torpedo boats.
And that's if the Hammerhead doesn't get a beat on them first.
Well, the torpedo boats are a little bit tanky. A little, well, at least the fucking tally is.
Yeah, but I mean,
Eclipse,
if you have
that thing
all
is dead.
guns manned and you have really good coordination between the pilot and the gunners, I think that I wouldn't say it's common, but it's not impossible for a Hammerhead to take out, say, a Retaliator. Without getting blown up in the process.
Yeah, well, it depends how close the freaking tally gets. Because also, too, bearing in mind, now that there is minimum arming distances on missiles and
That's
torpedoes
true.
as well,
Yeah.
there's all the incentive for an Eclipse or a Retaliator to not get close.
Right.
So, ideally, considering, at least for now, standard ship range, detection range is still around 2K, which now once we actually do have like radar components and shit like that, that'll likely change. But at least for now, if I'm shooting my missiles out at 5K and you can hit me at 2K, the first thing you know something's up is when you see the missile warning lock, and you're like, I don't see anything. And that's assuming your pilot's even, is on his toes there. Otherwise, the first thing you raise is going to be, boom! Oh shit! We just took a hit, So. I will say, I think the Perseus was overpriced. Like, if it was in like the
You are totally correct
range.
there, my friend.
What's that?
I said you are totally correct. It is overpriced.
Okay, I mean, even for Star Citizen standards.
Yeah. The Polaris was 700. This thing's like half the size of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like if it was like 400, I could see that.
Why
But
are
like
emotes not
650,
working?
like come on.
Okay, emotes are not working right now. Alright, well, taking the screenshot's gonna be a pain in the butt. But I'm looking at the Perseus right now, and I do like it.
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah. It really, they did a good job taking like a modern day it kind of looks like a modern day destroyer, I'll be honest, like a naval destroyer.
No, exactly.
And I like that. Like, but it looks like a sci-fi naval destroyer.
Ship to have if you're on like a patrol or something. If you had like two of those, two Hammerheads, Polaris or two, a couple Vulcans, and some Apollos, and then add in a few Eclipses or some Retaliators. Boom! You've got yourself a fucking strike group that can take out nearly anything.
I'm looking at the Polaris
at least
model
in
right
small
now.
numbers. Obviously, you could still have some big shit that it would have trouble with, but.
I'm looking at the Polaris model right now. I'm just trying to see like how, like just from looking at it to see how much of it is done. At least for the external model. It looks pretty close to finished. If the concept art, based on the concept art in that three-dimensional model they showed off years ago. Engines look pretty much done. I mean, if you look at the engines, I think the Perseus borrows the Polaris's engines. So, like the design, I think they share.
But we don't know it's the interior that,
No, we don't know if the interior is done. I'm just saying, like, the engine design look to be borrowed similarly to how they borrowed interior assets for the Hammerhead from the Idris. What's the little description here for the Polaris? Oh, it's a long one. Corvette. The Polaris is a nimble Corvette-class capital ship that packs a powerful punch with a full armament of turrets and torpedoes intended for use as both a naval patrol ship and to serve as a flagship of militia operations. Polaris has the capacity to perform search and rescue operations, light strike missions, and general security patrols. The Polaris includes the facilities to repair, rearm, and refuel a single fighter, light bomber, or support ship. So, you can make, as you were saying, you can make that support ship like
Oh, yeah,
what's
'cause, I mean,
face,
it had,
a
like, what,
Apollo
20
or
size
something.
eyes?
Well, actually, could you fit an Apollo in the hangar?
Of
Polaris?
no.
No,
I
that'd be
think
too
when
big.
I think like last I heard at least, so it could have gotten bigger. But last I heard, a Cutlass was gonna be cutting it close.
Yeah, I know you were able to fit, like, at least the old Vanguard. I don't know about the new one, but the old Vanguard model, you would be able to fit it with the wings closed.
Yeah.
But that may not even be a thing anymore.
But it's pretty much just like medium-sized ships.
Yeah,
So
like
I think the
Sabres
Apollo
and-
would be too long there to fit.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even be able to fit an Eclipse in there.
No.
It's way too big. Oh wow. Yeah. So you can still get attritions if you want. They have a giant. I'm looking at pretty much every attrition in the game right now. From size 1, which looks like it can be carried.
I know, like, it's like the size of those things. I'm like, I just want to pick this thing up and pew pew pew.
I mean, and that's on the big end too, like because the attritions are just a bigger class of weapon.
Yeah.
Versus like you look at the size 1 ballistic Gatling, looks like the Yellow Jacket or
Yeah,
something.
it looks like I can literally hoist this
That thing literally no, but the difference between that, like the attrition, yeah, look, it's small, it looks like it can be carried, but it's still on the big end. But if you're looking at the ballistic Gatling size 1, that thing is literally the same size as an M134 minigun in real life.
Yeah. I mean, it literally looks like now, especially, I would probably want some kind of like an exosuit to maybe take some of the weight, or rather, not necessarily the weight, but to take some of the recoil of
Right.
the thing.
Yeah,
But
because
beyond
remember,
that,
here it is. I'm looking at it in game right now. This is the Yellow Jacket GT210 Gatling.
yep.
Size 1. Like this is pretty much an M134 minigun. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
It like just give you, a belt fed, right? Like the ammo's fed into like a giant backpack, right? Full of ammo.
Yeah. It
Similar
gives
to like
you,
how
like,
in
5,000
Halo
or
Reach
10,000
George, right? He
rounds.
always carried that giant minigun. And he had a backpack for the ammo.
It would be cool if they
Something
do at
like
some
that.
point let us carry size 1 guns man portable, but you have to have some kind of a special backpack to do it. And then obviously because of the backpack and the weapon, like your speed would be, and mobility would be.
What if the
limited.
backpack was like this assembly where the backpack, it had the ammo, but it also had like an arm or something that attached to the gun that helped you hold it.
That I could see. But then, like I said, they're definitely.
I mean,
gonna be
obviously,
heavy-
it would
heavy
still
weapons.
impact your mobility and everything. I'm just mean like just
Yeah.
for logic's sake of like, well, what if this thing's too heavy or the firing, the recoil is like, yeah, sure, you can hold this thing. It's not that heavy because it's like it's holding a
But
minigun
the
or whatever.
recoil.
But the recoil is just off the charts. So
Yeah.
this little arm thing would help stabilize that for you, just because it's not meant
Yeah, I
for
can
a
see
human
that.
to hold.
Then, although I would say for energy weapons, so like obviously with ballistic weapons, you have a certain amount of ammo. Once you're out of ammo, you're out of ammo. With energy weapons, I would say that the backpack should act. It should not be a generator. It should be a battery. So
Right, and
you still
you can-
have a limited number of shots.
Oh my god, what if the backpack for energy weapons was like a battery that you can have someone like take out, almost like the component system, like you can take out batteries and put new ones in, so
I mean, sure, but then you would have to have like a size 1 a stack of size 1 batteries already charged. Because bearing in mind too, they would have to charge.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yes.
that'd be pretty cool.
So it's like if, for example, let's say if you had like a Dragonfly parked in the back, as long as you had fuel on the Dragonfly to keep running its generator, because remember, fuel will be a thing. So as long as it had fuel to keep running its generator to keep on recharging batteries, and then you are using, instead of just using the vehicle itself, you are simply using the battery, the generator to charge the batteries, which you are then hot swapping in and out. And if you had a couple vehicles doing that all for one gun,
Mhm.
yes. But obviously at that point, it's like, well, look, if I have a couple bikes, I should just use the fucking bikes themselves rather than powering
Yeah.
a single main force.
Yeah, but
That would be-
sometimes you want to do things because they look cool and they're not practical.
Yeah, yeah.
Like dual
But-
wielding needlers in Halo 2, you know.
Hey, look, if you get close, you know, you fucking fire enough shots to just fuck people up pretty quick.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at a table with a chair in the middle of the table. I'm on
Did they
board
hire
the
Bethesda?
I'm on board the Constellation Phoenix right now that they have here. It's like,
Oh,
where
yeah, I
are all
heard
the
it was
chairs for
having
the table,
issues.
and why is that chair like in the middle of the table? It's really fucked up.
Yeah, I heard it was having issues. I will say the Constellation, like the silhouette of it, it looks nice, but holy fuck, man, it needs a rework. It needs a motherfucking, it needs an interior and exterior full fucking rework.
No argument here. Like, honestly, I'll say this though, like, they really don't need to change the A section of the ship, right? Like the bridge, cockpit, whatever you want to call it. But pretty much everything from B to C, they need to change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, hey, what's up?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I will say though, the cockpit, in my opinion, could be.
It could be
shorter.
improved, but I think they did a pretty good job. Like, you actually have all the components, like, you can get to them and everything, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, in my opinion, they should go and have the. I mean, they got just enough space here. They should cut the cockpit right about where these lights are, and then from there back, it should just be
So
just
have
enough room
more-
to get
more
out of the,
glass, you're
out of the
saying.
turret. And then from there back, it should just be living quarters, and then just rework. All
Oh,
of
okay, so
the-
you're saying that there's too much, the cockpit, like, here,
Yeah, there's
the
too much
doors
cockpit
should be
space
over here to
because-
this light.
When you
Yeah.
look at, because part of the problem is that it was designed, like this current Connie design was from what, 2016, 2017.
Probably.
It's been years,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff has improved, a lot of stuff has changed. Because I mean, right now, when you look at this is your living quarters for 4 people. You have a
A
bench,
pop-up table,
got
a bench.
pop-up table.
There's no kitchen.
And there's no kitchen, there's no facilities. You have literally just a porta shitter. That's it. That's it.
A literal, a literal.
Yeah, it's
porta potty.
literally a porta shitter. I don't.
With
there
a
might be
apparently
that
the
might be
toilet's
shower
not
head.
there though. It's just the black void.
Yeah.
No, seriously, look, just the black void. Shine your flashlight on it and everything, just nothing.
No, looks fine to me.
Oh no, it's not a black void. It's actually a wall. Okay, never mind. That's worse. The toilet should be there.
It folds out or something. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Either way. But it's like just this, like when literally
You can make the argument
drape-
that like the constellations, just like literally like this design is like in lore like a 200-year-old ship.
I fucking hope not. Like that's a cop out at that point.
But exactly, yeah. But it's like, but then how come they updated the Aurora, and gave us like, yeah, the Aurora is also like a 200-300-year-old ship in lore, but the version we're flying around in game right now is the
Yeah, it's been updated.
2947 model. So it's the
Yeah.
most recent model of the ship that was made only 2 years ago or 3 years ago in lore.
It's like they need to go like the beds in my opinion are fine, but in my opinion, if they were to do a full rework, they should go and just make the entire thing bigger, because keep it in its same ship class, so it's still a medium ship. Keep it with the same cargo space. That's fine, but up the dimensions a bit. Push the beds out a bit, or push them to their own little section there. As you give yourself a galley and a living area that has like a couple tables, a couple chairs, give it some actual like cooking utility and shit like that. give it a fucking fold-out screen or something. Because again, this is meant to be a longer-range exploration craft, or gunboat, or trader, or alternatively with the Phoenix here, a luxury space where the crew would be separate from their passengers, more than likely. So it's like, you've got to have some entertainment, you got to have some kitchen facilities, you got to have room to stretch out rather than just this fucking bench here. It's terrible. It's a terrible design. And when the Drake variant of your ship has better living facilities, Drake the utilitarian, we don't even use escape pods, like what?
Drake, we don't even have interior walls.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Their walls are just the exterior hull, and then whatever whatever should be in between the inner wall and the outer wall of the ship.
It's like, it's terrible.
Yeah. At least they did a pretty... Honestly, the only complaint I have with the Aurora redesign that they did a few years ago was they got rid of the little window that you had from your bed.
Yeah.
But that's really just a nitpick on my part. Like, because in reality it makes the bed a bit more armored, which is better. But I do miss that window.
Because, I mean, like for instance, the cargo bay. The Phoenix cargo bay, if I remember right, the Phoenix cargo bay, this still holds 96 SCU, right?
I think so.
So it's like, in my opinion, this should be the standard for the cargo bay. Have it to where you just have the little personnel door to get in there, and then you can pop the rover in and out of there because it's still the same bed here, so the rover will still fit there. And then from there, just go and, that way you can have up top, you have now an entire new floor section. You can go and put shit, whether it's living quarters stuff, component access, whatever.
Yep.
But just hit me.
Yeah, the Constellation's got its problems, and it's definitely not past its growing pains, that's for damn sure.
I cannot wait though until fucking escape pods and shit work. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah. And I can't wait to use them as drop pods.
Fuck yeah. Where'd you go?
Constellation Andromeda. I just entered through the cargo bay. I just lowered the bay for you.
What? Who?
I said I just lowered the cargo bay and the elevator for you.
Oh. I do love the way they had the turret fold up with the current rework. So it's like it's not just sticking out; it's got that little shell around it.
Right.
That
I think
would be nice.
the Vanguard has the same thing now.
I hope they do that with more more designs.
Well, this is the thing. It's like the luxury variant, like literally up until the C section. Probably not. Yeah, section C.
Same thing. Yeah.
It's the same ship. You know, but then like from C and D, well, D it makes sense because D it's this little area where you got the snub fighter. Except the snub fighter, the luxury ship has the P-72. This is the P-52. So. But my point is that why is it essentially the same ship, but Section C is really just the only difference? Especially when the original model of the Phoenix, the entire thing was luxury and white and shiny.
Yeah. This makes no sense. I do like, one thing I will say, I love how they made it so the airlock elevator, like this actually is an airlock. Like you get a
Yeah.
little collapsible part that comes with you. It depressurizes or repressurizes, and then brings you in or out of the ship.
Yeah,
I think
that's not so
great
good though.
use.
That top part just opened. the second
Yeah,
it
now
opened
that
it.
part, it's just like, well, that's not great, but
Like, which is what I like about the Cutlass Black and Cutlass Blue is that they actually have it where it's like you have to manually open the outer airlock door.
at the same point though, the Cutlass Black's side doors are very nice. If
Yeah.
it would take use of them and like put some fucking side guns or something on there.
And look, the Cutlass design doesn't exactly like, oh, you can make the argument it's not an airlock. Yeah, but I mean, neither is just getting into the ship.
Yeah.
Like, it's not meant for safety; it's meant for function. And there's really no difference between the Constellation and the Andromeda and the Aquila, except for the cockpit design and one of the turrets. That's really the only difference.
There's some component difference, but
I meant visual and interior difference.
Oh yeah, visually none.
Like, yeah, just the cockpit.
And then you got
One's
the
angular,
missiles
one's
on those
smooth.
pylons.
I think, yeah, they have the Auroras somewhere.
Ooh, Auroras.
I know, it's like, I mean, look, I named mine the Glass Coffin for a reason. It's not a super exciting ship.
Though you can always do test squadrons.
Oh yeah,
strategy.
blot out the sun with Auroras. Yeah, and then watch just like some schmuck with a Starfarer just strolls by like, hey, you're in the way of my refueling transport route, and they just blast them and one-shots each of them with his guns because you can one-shot an Aurora with a Starfarer's stock weapons. I've tried it.
Sure, one, but if you have 1,000 of them, because I would love to see, way down the line, I would love to see a fucking Bengal just get swarmed with Aurora.
I'd pay good credits to see that.
Like, it's like sure, every single time it fires its weapons, more and more and more of them die, but there's always more Auroras.
Yeah, but I mean, how much damage are they really gonna do at the end of the day? I mean,
Well, I mean,
let's we can experiment this right now. Why don't we go take your Carrack and go
well,
do
I mean,
a claim
it would
jumpers
just be a
mission?
numbers game at the end of the day. So it's like the question would be how many Auroras firing their weapons, and it would depend on the model too, of course. But how many Auroras firing their weapons at once would it take to override? Because first off, you have to override the shield regeneration.
Right.
So that alone, you need a shit ton. Then after that, you can actually do some damage to it to the point where eventually you would be able to go and take the shields down, then you could take the ship down. So it's just a matter of how many Auroras you need to be able to actually take the shields down. Once you're at that point, then you can kill it.
Oh hey, this was the rover that Data was talking about the other day, the Lynx rover. Although he was confusing it with the G12. Like, he thought the G12 was the Lynx rover, but he's right. There was a Lynx rover. We were talking about that. Like, he was wondering if there was another RSI rover, and
I hope we do get more rovers. Like the G12, it's like okay, well, okay, but
yeah, but again, the G12's more like
Origin,
a fully enclosed
shit.
Cyclone than it is a rover.
Yeah, just
like it's not that big.
Yeah, I was hoping for something that would rival the Ursa rover. Like I want something to rival the Ursa rover.
I just want a goddamn APC. Is that too much to ask?
Pretty much.
Like a dedicated APC.
Dude, the Ursa is not going to take too many hits.
Yeah, that's why. Like, people say, well, you just use a rover. Yeah, I want the Ursa rover, but armored.
Because that's where the problem is. It's like,
Hell, I don't care if it has no guns. If I can sacrifice guns for more armor, making it tougher, so be it.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just a bit worried when it comes to the point of, oh hey, we need to balance this stuff now. It's like, oh, we have this ship that does this, and this ship that does this, and this ship that does this, and I'm worried they're gonna paint themselves into a corner with some of that stuff.
I'm looking.
I mean, I'm sure it'll all get figured out one way or another eventually, but
yeah, I'm at the food, the little food and drink booth right now.
oh no.
And it says the Express Coffee, but like X-Press Coffee.
Yeah.
So it's like Press X Coffee.
Now I will say I do like the best in show skins. Assuming that screenshot we saw before is what they're actually doing for them. Those actually look like they look legitimately nice this year.
Right, they're not this gaudy pink
Horrendous.
and white.
Oh. Like,
No,
hey,
sorry,
we handed out
purple
14
and white. Well, white.
Like, it was
white.
like,
And,
we
no, you know
handed out one
what?
of our
No,
interns.
pink and white would have looked good. But what the problem was, it was white with purple.
Yeah. I see.
Look, not to knock out people that do like them. It's just
Oh.
I didn't.
So what you're saying is we need to make everything Star Kitten.
Yes, absolutely. 100%, 110%.
For those who don't know, Star Kitten, assuming you're recording, for those who don't know, Star Kitten was a tongue-in-cheek thing that was done. I think it was first with the Dragonfly bikes, where essentially it's like a Star Citizen Hello Kitten look-alike. And of course the paint colors at that point are all like pastel, like pinks and blues and stuff. So
It's pretty much Hello Kitten, but but in a space helmet, and it doesn't look as childish, but more
there's
like a logo.
there's Dragonfly. I know there's more than that. What
I
else is
literally
there?
saw the Dragonfly one the other day when we were shuttling people.
Yeah, but I know there's more than that. What else is there?
Well, there was that 890 skin that we saw that someone made, fan made.
Oh no. There's some more official shit. I'm not talking about the player stuff.
I don't. I know the Dragonfly one. That's like the main one.
Was it another Drake ship? Was it just like a Drake thing or?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up now because the Star Kitten thing was hilarious.
Either way, it was gaudy. It was terrible. It was
Didn't we
wonderful.
use one of them for the for a podcast episode's thumbnail? Yes, for the javelin.
Yeah.
The Star
yes.
Kitten javelin. Where it
Which,
had like
again, it's like-
sparkles
it
coming out of
should
the
be a
engine.
thing
That
for
was
all
great.
ships.
That was great.
But
Star Kitten skin Star Citizen. Okay, this isn't what I expected to find when I searched this, but apparently the first thing that comes up on Google is a Reddit thread saying, "Can you adopt a Star Kitten?" Star Citizen Reddit.
what?
Oh, hey, look! Someone has made Star Kitten skin for the Polaris, for the Carrack, for the Nova
Oh,
tank.
literally every ship out there, someone has made a Star Kitten skin for it. I already knew that.
Star Kitten, Dragonfly. Yeah, so far I think it's only the Dragonfly, I'm pretty sure.
No, I know there was like one other thing that had it. Or at least I thought it was.
Oh, the Aurora. I think it's the Aurora. Here, I'm gonna share this on the stream right now. Let's share. Window capture.
I saw the Nova tank.
Right?
Just imagine getting fucking blasted by a tank in fucking pastels.
Okay, yeah, I'm still shipping this up now. Here. The Nova Tank Star Kitten skin. Okay, they have to make these fit. Like, hell, I don't care if they're the fan skins or not. They have to make these, like, Star Kitten skins available in game. Like, I want to purchase a Star Kitten skin to put on my to put on the Carrack or something.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be eventually.
I mean, look, I can make... Okay, you can't get the Dragonfly one, fine. But make a variant or something, you know, like... Because I want to I want to have a stupid pink ship. Oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh, and you can get the in-game shirt, the Star Kitten t-shirt. Oh no, this is a real shirt. Oh. That's even better. Oh my god. The Star Kitten Mercury Star Runner.
Oh, seen it. Have you seen the funding graph for today?
Oh, the what's my face skit, the Whitley's Guide?
No. So the actual amount that CIG made day for the event here. So let's see. So it looks like on the 22nd they brought in about 1.3 mil. It looks like 23rd they brought in about like 1.35. 24th they brought in under a mil, somewhere around just like 950,000. 25 just over 1 mil. 26 just about 1 mil. 27 about 88,000. Then today, the 28th, they jumped to 3 million. That's just today.
Holy shit.
Yeah. This is getting ridiculous. But hey, if it wasn't for the whales, we wouldn't be where we are now. Then again, when I say whales, I guess I have to include myself in that now, but geez.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yet.
Hooray for being poor.
How much longer you got until you're at whale level 1?
I don't know. That's $1,000, right? Yeah, I still got like a few, I got several hundred to go or something.
Yeah, that's what they all say. And we'll see in like 3 years. Hey, I got my top hat.
I'm gonna go to the Origin Hall and just look at the 890 jump. Actually, what am I doing? I have one now.
You have an 890?
I rented it.
Oh.
No, oh god, can you imagine?
Honestly,
that would put me over, I think.
For that level of money, even if you were like, I want to spend the money on the game here, there's in my opinion, so many better things you could buy than...
Yeah, I definitely would agree with you there.
Than a fucking luxury yacht.
Like, look, don't get me wrong, I'll have a crap ton of fun on these things, like on other people's 890s.
Oh, sure.
But I don't need one, like...
The only reason we would have one would be like for foreign business.
Or yeah, exactly. You're not
It'd be like, oh hey, we're gonna go and like escort some fucking piece of shit who wants to pay us, you know, 1 million credits an hour to protect them or something, but wants it done in the most obnoxiously luxurious, you know, fashion.
I mean, look, I get it for people who are like gonna be doing like VIP transport and stuff. Like, yeah, I might I might be one of those guys. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm too lazy to fly over there myself. I'll just pay for this shuttle service that they're putting people on 890s or whatever. You know, it's like our friends over at the UNARAS. You know, like they're gonna be doing luxury transport and VIP transport. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm too lazy. I'll just have my friends over there fly me. I'll pay them.
Not to mention guaranteeing security as well.
Right. But it's like, you know, if I fly that, you know, they'll fly me to wherever I need to go, and I'll get the party and have fun on an 890 at the same time.
Oh, speaking of, so as the Expo event is starting to wrap up here, that reminds me too that there is also going to be
that we finally get to go back to our regular streaming schedule.
Well, maybe. But there's also going to be so along with the possibility. So there's going to be the best in show stuff.
Right,
Which
for 3
they'll
days.
Start showing tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow to December 2nd.
Yep. So I don't know if that means they're going to do like one thing a day, or they're going to do it all at once, and then, like I said, if they were going to have like a weapon armor
Well,
day or something.
it's 3 days, and there's 4 ships, so I assume
Well,
it's going to be 3 days of the same thing. I'm just going to assume, but you know what happens when you assume, so.
Yeah, but it's going to be, so there's going to be 29, 30 the first, and then the second. So there's 4 days. If they're starting tomorrow, if they did 1 ship a day, or something.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they could do like maybe because there's 2 anvil ships, so they can do like 1 ship and then both anvil ships, and then it's got the Valkyrie and the whatchamacallit, Carrick.
But along with that too, I'm wondering if, because we're at the end of most of the Expo stuff, if they're going to unveil the helmet they were talking about. That because the Carrick
that new helmet that we're all going to get.
Helmet that everyone, all players,
right,
will get.
Thank God it's not like an exclusive thing to like Carrick owners or something.
That kind of shit. Like the skin,
like,
the
look,
skins,
I was
but
fine with it when it came to the Mantis, but when it came to the Origin thing, I wasn't, because that was a last minute thing.
Yeah.
That felt a little I felt a little cheesed by that, but at the end of the day, what am I gonna do? So. I remember the first time I explored one of these ships and how I got aboard it was I snuck aboard one. The 890.
Honestly, for what it gets touted as and stuff, when I first explored it, I felt like it was a lot smaller than I expected it to be. I mean, it's still a big ship.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
I was expecting like rows and rows and rows of luxury rooms and stuff, and it wasn't.
But it does have a lot to do in terms of like recreational stuff, which surprised me. Like, I didn't think it'd have that much. Like, okay, it'd have a game room downstairs, there's that giant pool, there's a sauna room, there's a hot tub, there's this bar lounge, there's a more like
the thing
formal
is, like,
dining area.
How many loungers are there by the pool? Like what, 8?
Yeah, something like that.
And it's like, but how many guest rooms? Now, obviously, there's the crew rooms, but how many guest rooms are there? There's
like 4.
What? 2 on the first floor there.
2 on the first floor. 2
There's
on the
master bedroom, which if we assume that the captain.
There's 2.
That.
There's No, never mind. I was gonna say there's 2 there too, but there isn't.
I mean, there's not that, but again, for the luxury space yacht, because when I think of like a yacht, like one of these like Disney cruises or some kind of bullshit. I mean, you have even for the luxurious rooms, you have rooms and rooms and rooms and rooms.
Okay, I'm back inside. I was running on top of the exterior. I'm back inside. So we got 2 on when you first enter from the main elevator, right? From the airlocks. Okay, so you go forwards. You got the escape crafts and elevators and ladder that go to engineering. Then you got the door that takes you to the hot tub and the changing rooms and showers. And then you have 2 elevators that take you throughout the ship. You have the 2 sauna rooms to your left and right. The main pool, which has
6 loungers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, and then they have this like sofa thing that goes around the edge.
Yeah, I'm not counting that.
Oh, hey, there you go. Okay, yeah, and then you have the. Look, it's the only liquid in the game that doesn't kill you.
Yeah. What? You can drink water.
Look,
you can drink bottled water. So you got the 2 beds there.
I'm at the only body of liquid that doesn't kill you, but yeah. So if you go upstairs, you've got the guest room 3 and 4.
Yep.
Right. Right before the main bar, and then or right before the main bar and lounge, and then you got the dining room area.
Yeah, but that's just the bar there. Yeah. So that's 4.
You got a crap ton of bathrooms here, so that's nice. For a ship
No,
like this.
probably for the people drinking at the bar.
No, I was about to say, like, yeah, and the placement makes perfect sense too. It's like, okay, you need to go to the bathroom or something, and you have multiple bathrooms, they're all very nice and everything. But yeah, okay, so you got 4. Upstairs is just the, at least up here is only the lounge area and then the bridge.
Then you've got the master suite.
Yeah, you got a master suite in the back.
Which
and then he's got like a little. I'm assuming this is like the
2.
captain's office.
Yeah.
Right here, where I see you over there, because you got the bathroom in there, right?
Yep.
The little bathroom.
But it's like realistically,
you have
this
it looks like
bed will only hold 2.
his private like dining area here or something. Hey, look, another bed you can fit 3 people on.
Yeah, but it's like realistically, so there's 4 beds
no,
now.
Realistically, you can have 3 people in that. Okay.
I mean, realistically, you could go and have 2 people per suite.
Yeah, like it's like a bunch of
suites,
couples
so you could
or
have
something.
10 people, but even still, even if we assume that.
Hey.
Yeah, or if you have people that are comfortable enough sharing, I guess.
That, or maybe
even if you
like
assume,
you have a bunch of couples, or it's like a romantic cruise. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's like even if you assume, so you've got 10 people. 10 people for a luxury liner, like that's not much.
The 600i touring has more bedrooms.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, it's here. We can go look at it just to be sure. But I'm pretty sure I counted like 6 bedrooms or something like that.
Because now I understand, the facilities are more luxurious.
Oh well, you got to remember the cruise quarters are all below an engineer. So if you go downstairs.
Well, yeah, I'm not counting the crew quarters though.
No, okay.
I'm just counting the actual.
So
these are your customers.
Right. And because here's the kitchen that's making all of your luxurious food. You got your little lounge area, and then for the cruise quarters, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to say 8. No, 7 bedrooms.
But that's not much. So you
and then we
have helmsman, turret.
We have 3 bathrooms.
Well, I mean, you would want to,
right.
Especially like in the middle of the night, during off hours.
I don't know if like that's here. I'm just trying to see if, because I know on the 600i in most ships they have a male, female, but I think they're all on the unlabeled here. So it's probably just like a whichever one's available, use it type of situation. But here's your cruise area, your crew sleeping quarters. You got your game room in here, I think. Yep. Where you got an arcade game, which they said will be playable, and then you got your. This isn't pool. What is this? I'm blank. I don't remember what the game is. Someone told me it was.
If they told you, they'd have to kill you.
It's pretty much pool, but without the numbers on the balls. And
yeah, I know. The Carrick had the same thing.
Yeah, it's.
I hope we can customize some of that shit. Like, I don't want to.
Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the game is. I've never played. I've only played pool. Like, and I've played variants of pool that both like official variants and variants my friends and I have made up. I mean, like, for the most part, they all involve the balls having different colors and numbers on them.
Yeah, not being exactly the same.
Alright, and what's this is the med bay. Hey, I'm gonna go see if I can set my ICU on the on the IAE one. No, I cannot.
Well, my character had a heart attack.
Really? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
dying
I'm
of
just like
thirst.
flopping on the ground right now.
Actually, while I'm dying of thirst, I'm going to equip a flare so I can still see while my helmet is off. Wow, I need to buy more flares.
Oh yeah, did I tell you I found a way? So you've heard about the glitch with the Valkyrie on the lower beds where you can't get out of the beds? I found a fix, a temporary fix for that.
Yeah?
So when you are, where the fuck am I? I'm in a cubicle.
Cubicle, where are you?
Oh. So I spawned at New Babbage. I had to respawn. I spawned at New Babbage, except it also spawned a spacecraft in the room as well.
What?
Yeah. So it bumped me over into the shower unit there. But thankfully I was able to go and crawl around and get out. So, score one for me.
Yeah, no, you make a good point. There's not a lot of, like where do all these people stay?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like you know when you look at if you were to look at a seafaring vessel, you know, like a Disney cruise or some shit.
Yeah, you have like
you would have dozens of people. Even if it was a
hundreds.
luxury thing, you would have dozens and dozens of people on a single ship. Now, obviously, some amount of stuff does have to be scaled back a bit for scale, but it's always like this is supposed to be the end all be all luxury yacht. And it can only cater to 6 people, you know, or five people if they're alone, or 5 couples if they're together. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Especially because pretentious assholes all across the verse would be like, "Oh, I definitely got to get me one of them," you know.
And you could make the argument that maybe not everyone here is going to be.
I mean, maybe it's a feature, not a bug, in that because of the few people here, there's more personal attention per person or some shit, or well, whatever. You know, scarcity makes it worth all the more. Some bullshit there. I don't know. But either way, it just seems odd to me.
It is odd. Alright, but I gotta say this though. It is kind of fun just running around the the exterior of the ship because you can easily get on it.
Oh, that's one of the things I love about it, and you can do it in space too because the gravity extends out. I hope they do that with the Carrack, so that you can run around, because like when as soon as you get out of the top airlock,
you used to be able to walk on top of that top area right before the hangar doors.
Yep.
There's
so
gravity
I
there.
do hope they extend that a bit.
Hey Cam, where are you?
I'm on the train system.
Oh. Means I'm just walking on top of the deck. It's like being on the Intrepid, you know, to get to be on top of the flight deck of the Intrepid of the aircraft carrier.
So you think there'll be any more surprises during the IE here or no?
I don't think so. This is quite literally the last day. The best in show is just, you know, the best in show. But we already know what that's going to be.
I mean, they might reveal that whatever the fuck that weird ass armor was, the helmets we saw.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of ships, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything new.
Oh yeah, no. In terms of ships,
I'm hoping we see new gear though, because like
yeah,
we've been getting new weapons, which I love. Especially, you know, the grenade launcher. That's definitely going to be a game changer.
Too OP right now, but
too OP. But I mean, the variety of weapon types. I mean, like, because right now we've only had SMGs, assault rifles.
Give me a fucking heavy machine gun.
Exactly. We only have 2 LMGs right now. We don't even have an HMG, and we used to only have like 2 sniper rifles. Now we have options when it comes to sniper rifles, and now we have options when it comes to shotguns.
Yeah.
We used to only have 2 shotguns.
I have not tried the new one. Have you?
The BR2. Yeah, I tried it.
Yeah. How is it?
It's okay. I need to try it
Still
more.
okay.
I definitely need to try it more before I definitely have.
That's fair.
Because I haven't had it enough use.
That being said, we need more fucking FPS missions. Like we need
Yes.
missions with enemies on the surface, you know, patrolling a fucking like a habitation area or something like that, manning turrets, running around in there. We need shit like that. Where you could something where you could drive in a fucking Ursa rover,
Right.
you know, or like two Ursas or a couple Cyclones, or you know, you take your fucking bikes over there and you fucking, you know, wipe out a bandit camp or something like that. We need that. I'm hoping, you know, like what CIG were saying. I'm hoping that next year, because they're saying they'll have iCache in, they're aiming for middle of next year, Q2, to get iCache in, you know, for first iteration.
Yeah.
They were saying
Tier
after
0.
that we can start rolling out all the content and stuff. But I know they have been holding stuff back, because the servers could not handle it.
Hey, Karen.
But
I'm standing literally inside of the like engine of the 890. Does that make me suicidal?
maybe.
Done. Haha. Take a screenshot of it.
And also too, the spaceport elevators are broken again.
Oh, great. All right. And
But I'm probably going to be getting off soon.
oh, and that. Wow. Fell through the planet.
Ooh.
So I jumped off the engines and jumped onto the floor, thinking, okay, worst, I'm gonna break my legs. And I was fine. Didn't even break my legs. Instead, I fell through the planet.
You just kept going.
Yeah, it just kept going. But it did give me the animation where you stop, like, and put both your hands down on the floor to kind of like stop yourself from face planting.
Oh, that reminded me. So the Valkyrie, the beds. So there's been a glitch for a while here where if you try to log out in one of the lower beds in the Valkyrie, now it's the bunk bed ones. I believe if it's the single bed, no, I take it back. Only the top bunk works. The single bed and the lower bunk beds both do not work.
Okay.
They will not let you. So when you respawn there, they will not let you get out of the bed. However, I did find a solution. If you are I had done one of that during whatever. I don't know if it was during the day when we could. No, it was the last time we could have the Valkyrie. Not in this event, but anyway. So I was in a Valkyrie. Spawned back in. You know, logged out in the bed. Logged back in the bed. Can't get out. Sitting there like shit. And now it did go and spawn me in the middle of the system here. So sometimes if it can't put you where it should have put you, it'll just put you at the center of the system there. So I'm sitting there stuck in the bed, no one else around me at all. I was able to go and look at my chest rig, pull out a grenade, and chuck the grenade while in the bed. Solution. It worked. It killed me and let me respawn. I had to use 2 grenades, but it killed me and let me respawn.
I gotta say, the new throw mechanic is actually really, really nice.
That, honestly, that alone is amazing. Because just the fact that I can go and, let's say if we're in a firefight, and you're like, hey, I need a grenade, you know, whether it's a smoke grenade,
Right,
a frag
because
grenade, you know,
eventually
whatever.
it'll mean, hey,
I can
pass me a spare
shut the
mag.
grenade
Empty.
to you, non-activated. You can then pick it up, activate it, and then chuck it at the enemy, or whatever you want to do with it. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly, because this way it's like, okay, hey, I'm empty, pass me a mag. So I think pretty much that, like, I mean, yeah, tomorrow's still, the IE is still going to be here until December 2nd, but it's not going to be showcasing the manufacturers anymore. I think even RSI is not going to be around tomorrow, right? Tomorrow it's just going to be the best.
Well, didn't they say? I thought they said that during the last few days you would be able to access all ships.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought they
So
said
are they going to have
all
every single
flyable ships. They're gonna give us access.
That's different than having the ability to go see the actual Expo.
Yes.
So I'm saying the Expo itself, like the RSI hall and the whatever, may not be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they had said we'll get access to every single flyable ship in the game currently.
Yeah, but for 3 days.
Yep.
I remember back in the day when that meant like, oh, you can actually use them all in like a single day. Because there weren't that many. By the way, I tested this. The Cyclone RC is faster than the Dragonfly on the Microtech surface, which is odd, don't you think?
You are clear to launch.
Land systems. System check.
Thank you. Please visit again.
I'm showing two guys the way to get to the spaceport by the surface entrance.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just saw a 350R on my way out. I'm driving to the spaceport.
Yeah, I'm about to do the same.
Holy shit. Okay, so this thing is pretty much equivalent almost. Okay, so the Cyclone can do top speed of 95 meters per second while driving on the ice. The Dragonfly clocked out at 43. Now 43 meters per second, that's like 100 and something miles per hour. And the way my Cyclone's bouncing, it's kind of reminding me of that, the whatever mobile from Austin Powers, the time traveling car. I just hit one of the pylons holding the track, the maglev train up at top speed. Boom.
Careful, doors are now closing.
The Mandalorian Merc said, "Can you hear me?"
What's that? I was just driving here for a minute or two. And the vehicle is kind of loud, so it's a little hard to hear. What was that?
And I just remembered I muted on the live stream.
Planetary.
I'm at the spaceport. I like how I still have the flare on and it's still glowing. So everywhere I go, I bring a nice pink glow. Yeah, I don't think the elevators are working. If they are working, they're extremely slow. Keep clear. I'll ignore its rule and continue to stand here. I'd love to be able to jump out of the train right about now.
I can barely hear you right now.
I'd love to be able to jump out of the train right about now. Just so I could, like, screw it, I'll walk from here. But no, that's too
I mean, you could if you got the Novikov. Take you a fucking while.
No, the armor I'm wearing right now, I can last for about an hour, maybe 2.
Well, you're assuming it won't take you more than an hour to cross the fucking ice field.
Well, no, because I'm not across the ice field yet. Now I'm across the ice field. I was saying I wish I could jump out of the train before I pass that, the little garage on the surface. Now it won't. There we go.
Whoa! Crashed.
You too?
Did you?
Yeah, I blew up before.
Like, no. Did you, like, crash? No, I mean the game crashed.
Oh no, I went into a giant pylon at 90 something meters per second.
Are you still on the server or no?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell them in the chat that I crashed? That Cam crashed in the rover. So, 2 guys in the rover. Driver
There were 2
crashed.
people with you?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, we're right there. Like, literally, they're within about 200 fucking meters. So, they can either take over or fucking hoof it. So, just so that way they're aware, because I'm probably going to call it. After a minute, it'll make me just disappear from the cockpit there, but that way they're aware and they're just going, hello. Seats are working in the Ursa though, so that's good.
Alright, just told them that you crashed and you say that they can take over the rover.
Yep. Look in the chat. I sent a picture there of someone's fleet.
You can't see this right now, but my jaw has just hit the floor and I think went through the floor and into my downstairs neighbor's apartment. Holy fuck!
Considering that outer ring is as javelin.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. Is that real?
No.
Thank God.
It's a website where you can just put it and be like, oh hey, I can.
Thank God, because I'm like, oh, if that's real, why? No. Why?
At that point, they alone would have spent probably like $2 million.
Oh my! Yeah, at that point, they would have been responsible for the 2 million, not all of us collectively.
So apparently, from some of the guys watching the price points, just in the last half hour, CIG made 20K.
Nice.
See, we need to go work for fucking CIG here. Hey, y'all need help desk people?
Help desk people. Hell, you need an extra artist or something.
Yeah, there we go.
See? Yeah, no, they probably need your line of work more than they need mine.
Really? I would think they would want
help
desk
desk people.
Obviously they'd want artists to fit in with like their style and shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's. I'm talking about like concept art and stuff, so that would work brilliantly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they just got rid of one of their concept art, or not concept, but one of their ship designers. So.
They made a new studio this week too.
Yeah, for
developing planets and star systems. I mean. So now they've went from 5 studios to 6.
Hell yeah, let's make it 10. So did you get anything for the Expo sales at all?
No.
Or no? Same.
Yeah, no.
Like if I had been able to get a hammerhead to Polaris CCU, I might have grabbed that just so I could hold. You know, if I'm like in the future, I'm like, yeah, I want to go for it. You know, if like my character just wasn't cutting it for me or something, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, give me something that just goes pew. But for some reason, those were not available.
So, by the way, are we the only two of the gang getting Cyberpunk, or is Data and Kulios also getting it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's probably something that I should ask them later. By the way, we got even more Cyberpunk news.
What's that?
Well, for starters, people have actually got their hands on physical copies of the game illicitly. And there's leaks, which I don't even I haven't even looked. Like the second I saw leaks, I just ignored it entirely because I don't want to spoil myself at all.
Too late.
I want to go into this blind as hell.
Too late.
Well, I say blind as hell. I know the lore from 2020, but I don't want to go into that. I don't want to know anything about this game before going into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I already know a bit, but that bit might be nothing compared to the story. We don't know yet, and I like thinking that. I don't want to be proven right or wrong.
Too late. Everyone dies.
Oh. Do I get to kill everyone? It's like
no,
the end game. One of the endings is you get to light a nuke. Yay!
No, what happened was there was a virus. You spread it around to everyone, and then you died yourself. The end.
My God, it's 2020 all over again.
Exactly.
So actually, both versions would have been 2020 all over again. The nuke option and the virus. Just depends on which 2020. You're talking about Cyberpunk: The Dark Future 2020 or Real World 2020? Because that's the original name of because there was Cyberpunk: The Dark Future, then Cyberpunk 2020, and then Cyberpunk 2077. Well, no, then Cyberpunk Red, then Cyberpunk 2077. Because Mike Pondsmith made a Cyberpunk Red, which is between 2020 and 2077. Pen paper RPG. Came out a while ago, or at this point. How long does it take in the Ursa to get from the space to get from the Commons to the spaceport?
It takes a good probably 5 minutes. Maybe not quite that long, but it definitely takes a little bit.
That's a little weird. I
mean,
yeah,
I
know it's
like
ice.
it. I like that you have that option.
What?
That you can go and be like, hey, I want to go and drive from the
but it's just it should be a little faster given the amount of distance you're covering.
Well, I mean, bear in mind, our vehicles are only going, if I remember right, when I'm on the Dragonfly...
Dragonfly's top speed right now, I'm going on the ice, it is 69 meters per second. And that's with Afterburner. Without Afterburner, it's down to 49.
49 meters a second?
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent... Wow. That's the equivalent of 109 miles per hour. I was expecting less.
Yeah, well, now I'm at 48.
But even still, that's
43 is 104 miles per hour or something like that.
It does not feel like it. It really doesn't. I know. Maybe that's because when we're driving, it's like you don't really have any place that's made for ground vehicles. We could go and just drive, pits about in the fucking wastelands and shit. but there's no place for, where it's like, hey, here's all these storefronts, hey, here's these shops, hey, here's some like stoplights and shit, whatever. So it's like you don't really have any sense of speed as you're driving.
At least in terms of relative to modern day.
Yeah,
Because right
yeah.
now we're comparing what we're driving, or what it feels like what we're driving in the game, to what we experience in modern day, and it feels slower because of the lack
also
of
too the distances.
comparison.
I mean, I'm wondering.
I think it's because of the lack of comparison.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. With that, how far is it really between the commons and the spaceport? Which we can find that out. Of course, you just have
Just
one
look at a
ship going
map
one end, one
and
end,
then
or the
have
other. But once you know that, because then it might be like, oh shit, it's 5 fucking miles or something there. So it's like 5 minutes really isn't, because modern day it takes you, if you're going 60 miles an hour, that's essentially a mile a minute. So now that would mean then that the spaceport would have to be, if we're going a little over 100 here, that means the spaceport would have to be somewhere approximately around like 8 miles. I don't know if it's that far. It could be, but
I think how makes it feel very small in distance is because there's nothing in our way.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just funny too because like I'm looking at this river and like the Hudson River looks like it's wider than this. Like going from New York to New Jersey, like the river looks like it's larger. But in reality, the ice river here at New Babbage might be a larger river between the spaceport and the Comets.
Could be.
I don't know. They could be the same. I don't know. I would need to look at the numbers because the numbers don't lie. Well, it depends on who's giving you the numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers themselves don't lie because they're just numbers, but.
Well, on that note, I think I'm going to go and head to bed.
Alright, yeah, it's 12 something.
But I'll probably be on tomorrow here and see what they're doing for Best in Show and all that shit.
Yeah, same. I just want to grab a ship and I think I'm going to log out to the, in orbit or something, so this way I'm not trapped at the spaceport again.
Yeah.
I know, trapped at the New Babbage again. Because I hate being trapped on anything, really.
You love it. Anywho, see ya.
Alright, see ya. Alright. I'm just gonna spawn a ship and then just call it this.
Whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology or the beauty of our award-winning gardens, this city of tomorrow has a lot going on today. From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Like how it says it's expired, but it's still there. Hopefully it's still there. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna call it here. Thanks everyone so much for watching day 9 of the our coverage of day 9 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2950. Tomorrow we'll cover day 10, which is going to be the same thing as day 11, 12, and 13, we think. We don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, tune in. I want to say tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 11 for day 10. And until next time, this has been Cam and Mando of Cast in the Shadows. And if you liked what you saw, give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you saw, give it a thumbs down. Tell us why in the comments. Tell us what you thought of the event in the comments. Did you find it a little underwhelming? Today's event underwhelming as we did? Did you find it really cool? Tell us, because we're interested. And reread the comments for some reason. Also, if you want to support us in a more personal way, we have an eBay store where we sell posters and artwork. We have a merch store, Teespring, where you can buy sweatshirts and pillows and t-shirts and all sorts of stuff, masks, and yeah, all links for everything in the description, even the Discord server if you want to join it and chat with us. Anyway, this is thanks again for watching. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys, and until next time, remember to treat others how you want to be treated.